In January 2025, the most downloaded app in the world was an AI chatbot. Millions poured their questions into it, their work, their secrets, their private thoughts. And the entire time, anyone on the internet could read them. That app was DeepSeek. And here's what should scare you. It's not the exception. It's the rule. The AI tools you trust with your most private thoughts are some of the least secure software you use. These are the 5 biggest AI breaches, ranked from the careless to the catastrophic. We'll get to exactly how exposed DeepSeek was. It's number 5, the worst on this list. But first, the 4 breaches that prove it wasn't a fluke. And number 4 was still stealing from 900,000 people. Number 1, Samsung. This one wasn't a hacker. It was the employees. In April 2023, Samsung engineers started using ChatGPT to help with their work. Completely understandable. One pasted in confidential source code to fix a bug. Another pasted in code for measuring chip defects. A third uploaded the transcript of a private internal meeting to get the notes summarized. Here's the problem. Whatever you paste into a public AI can leave your control, stored on someone else's servers, and at the time, potentially used to train the model. 3 leaks. In 20 days, Samsung banned generative AI on company devices almost overnight. The lesson the whole world is still learning. AI doesn't forget what you tell it. But at least Samsung chose to type those secrets. Our next victims didn't. Number 2, ChatGPT itself. If the tool is going to keep your secrets, it has to be secure. In March 2023, it wasn't. A bug in a piece of software ChatGPT relied on started showing users other people's conversations. You'd open your chat history and see the titles of conversations that weren't yours. Worse, for a window of about 9 hours, the same bug exposed payment information for some paying subscribers, names, email addresses, and the last 4 digits of their credit cards. OpenAI owned it and patched it. But even the company that builds the most famous AI on Earth couldn't guarantee that your chats stayed yours. And if the makers can leak by accident, imagine what a careless one can do. Number 3, Microsoft. One of the most valuable companies on the planet, with one of the best security teams. In 2023, Microsoft's own AI researchers were sharing some training data online. To do it, they generated a share link. But the link was misconfigured. Instead of sharing a folder, it exposed an entire storage account. 38 terabytes of private data. Inside, passwords, secret keys, and over 30,000 internal Microsoft Teams messages. And the link had been live for nearly 3 years. No one broke in. Someone just left the door open and walked away. The biggest names make the biggest mistakes because the rush to build AI always outruns the rush to secure it, which is exactly what the next attackers were counting on. Number 4, and this one is the one I warned you about. By late 2025, 2 browser extensions promised to make using AI easier. A handy sidebar for ChatGPT and DeepSeek. Nearly 900,000 people installed them. They worked exactly as advertised. They also did something else. Every time you opened a chat, the extension quietly copied your conversation, your prompts, the AI's answers, and shipped it to a server controlled by the attackers every 30 minutes, like clockwork. The tool that was supposed to help you use AI was stealing from you the whole time. And when researchers found them, the extensions were still live in the store, one of them still wearing a featured badge. So that's 900,000 people whose private AI chats walked out the door. But the worst breach on this list didn't take an attacker at all. Number 5. DeepSeek. The story we opened with, and the most downloaded app in the world at the time. When a security firm called Wiz went looking, they found something almost hard to believe. 2 of DeepSeek's databases were sitting on the open internet with no password at all. Anyone could connect and run any command they wanted. Inside were over 1 million log entries, real user chats, the secret keys that run DeepSeek systems, internal infrastructure details, everything an attacker would need to take the whole thing over. Not stolen by a genius, not cracked by a nation-state, just left open. The #1 AI app on Earth was leaking its users' private conversations to anyone with a web browser. Wiz reported it. DeepSeek locked it down, but no one knows who else found it first. 5 breaches, 1 pattern. Whether it's an employee, the maker, a tech giant, an attacker, or just an open door, AI is being built faster than it's being secured, and your data is the thing caught in the gap. So protect yourself. 1. Never paste anything into a public AI. You wouldn't post publicly. No passwords, no source code, no customer data. 2. Assume your AI chats are not private until proven otherwise. 3. Treat every AI app and extension like a stranger asking for the keys. Check who made it before you install it. Which of these scares you most? Drop the number in the comments. Because here's the thing, everything you just saw was AI leaking data. Next week, AI doing the attacking. A finance worker joined a video call with his bosses and wired away $25 million. Every person on that call was a deep fake. AI is the weapon. Coming Tuesday.